Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be reviewing the Rally Race 200 Cruz Ramirez and Danny Swervez 2-pack. Now, there's a lot I need to say about this 2-pack. Let's start off by talking about the history of Danny Swervez in the Cars diecast line. Now, Danny Swervez was first released in 2017 as part of the Cars 3 line, since he was new to Cars 3. He was a new character, cameo from a real-world NASCAR driver, Daniel Suarez. And of course, originally, when Danny was first released, he had a much more bluish color. Later on, in later releases, this would be corrected to this glittery lavender color, which means they made him purple. And Danny was in a single and also in a 2-pack with Jackson Storm. He was in 2018 and 2019, though he didn't have a single or 2-pack release. However, he was in several multi-packs. But then afterwards in 2020, Danny just disappeared. Like, there was no release for Danny Swervez whatsoever. He had a multiple merchandise. Like, he even had a Mini Racers release. And nowadays he just barely has any. However, the more recent diecast releases for Danny Swervez have just been the NASCAR releases, both of which that are regular and this metallic one. And then it was confirmed that he'd be in a 2-pack with Cruz Ramirez. At first I was excited because we haven't seen Danny Swervez in the main line for a long time. But then it was confirmed that he'd be in the Rally Race 2-pack. And this is the 2-pack in question. Well, technically we do have Danny Swervez back in the main line. It's not the regular one. So therefore, this is the closest you're going to get to a regular Danny Swervez if you really wanted one. Oh, and also Cruz Ramirez that's also there, like stated, but I mean, I already have her, but she's very different from what you can see. There's going to be a lot more to it when we open this. By the way, there's their artworks and the Racing Rescue logo, their numbers, 51 right there and 99 right there. It's seemingly interesting. We're going to have to talk about this. Wait, there's the back with Rally Race McQueen and Rally Race Chick Hicks. I actually took a look at these two previously, and also this 2-pack, the same exact one. Let's open it, shall we? I think we should. Alrighty guys, today we're going to be opening up this 2-pack now. Right. Here we go. Again, sorry for that cutoff though, but so yeah, first one we'll be taking a look at is Cruz Ramirez. Wow, the metallic yellow looks better than I thought it would. And to compare, here's the original release from Thailand. So, that's right, we're doing a China versus Thailand here. And there are a lot of differences with this. Starting off is the expression. Now, the only change is the eye expression. in which they're now in a different position. Like this part right there, the left, or is it right? I don't know, but it's more raised up now. And also the hood, here is the Rally Race 200 logo, and from what I can tell, it's more shinier and brighter. But of course, there's the mouse right there. Basically the same thing, but I almost thought that the mouse was printed weirdly. By the way, there's the sides with the secondary sponsors, 51, the dinosaur right there. Of course, the Donico logo right there, the Rally Race 200 logo. Of course, the bottom being light gray, and her wheels being yellow in the front and gray in the back. Then there's the roof. There's the Donico 51 and the spoiler, Rally Race 200, and you know, it kind of still looks like it's silver to me. I mean, it did look like that when I first opened up this Cruz, but it got as a single. But yeah, I think it's more grayish now. Of course, there's the back with, of course, the taillights, the 51, the Rally Race 200, the Donico logo. There's the other side with the dinosaur, Rally Race 200 logo, secondary sponsors, 51, and the Donico logo. Everything you expect from this Cruz. And there's the base, what you can see here. This is made in China, while this one says made in Thailand. So yeah, now let's move on to Danny Swervez. So like I said, regular Danny Swervez has not gained a re-release for so many years. And then he comes back in the main line with Race and Rescue. So basically, unfortunately, if you wanted to have a Thailand release of Danny Swervez, if you got the original 2025 release of this 2-pack, this would be the closest thing to get to a Thailand release of Danny. Because the NASCAR one is from Vietnam. You can see here the coloring feels more glittery and a bit more metallic. I mean, not more metallic than the NASCAR version, I think so. Yeah, not by much. Of course, there's his expression, which is different from his regular one. Of course, the Rally Race 200 logo right there, and the Octane Game logo right there, OG. There's, of course, the side with, of course, the secondary sponsors, the Rally Race 200 logo, and the yellow parts right there instead of being gold with the Octane Game Plus logo right there, and the G from Octane Game ring right there, along with the gas cap. Of course, there's the roof. Of course, it's number 99, and you can see in the NASCAR release, Danny's number was changed to 99, since that's the current racing number for Danny Suarez, his voice actor. As you can see the rally race version here. His number is 99 again, instead of switching back to 19. Of course, the rally race 200. Look over there in the spoiler, which is purple through there, but orange on everywhere else. Of course, there's the back with the tail lights on 99, and the Rally Race 200 logo, and it's the 99 only through the smaller in the back, while also only in the roof. It just feels weird, doesn't it? And also, he has no rookie stripes, which is really great. Tells you he's no longer a rookie. If only the Glow Racers did that. See, there's the other side, and what is this? What oh, man. What was that? Well, that was weird. Well, that was weird. Oh, by the way, there's, of course, the other side with the G right there, the Rally 200 logo, the secondary sponsors. Of course, it's wheels. And to the front, it's gray with orange lining, and then the back, it's orange. So it's kind of like the opposite of basically Cruz's wheels. Of course, there's the base. As you hear, made in China. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention was that the original Xylene release from 2025 had them with window nets, like the NASCAR version, and in here they're not present. So yeah, that is it for today, and let me know what your thoughts on this 2-pack is, and let me know if you want to see regular Danny Swervez come back in the diecast line. But we'll see you next time, in which we'll be reviewing Racing Rescue Sarge. By the way, bye.